Today we're looking at a bride who made a profit off her bachelorette trip. That's just smart business. I'm kidding. With friends like these, who needs anemones? So much tea! Oh, girl, spill it. Spill it. I got my teacup. There's nothing in it. But maybe you can fill my cup with this story. I'm glad I can spill to my Reddit community because I can't gossip about it to my family. We're your family now. About 6 months ago, the bride planned her destination bachelorette trip and charged each of the girls, 11 of them, $650 for the Airbnb. How long was that stay? Was that like a week? Because if that's like a week, that's not so bad. But I digress. I was salty about the high cost, but it's my sister-in-law, so I sucked it up and paid her. I was also suspicious about the high as price, so I did cross-check the Airbnb listing, and it checked out. Yes, this bee wanted a $2,300 a night beachfront house. That's a lot, but like, it might be fun. I am curious about how long it was for. So 11 girls, $650. I can't do that math. What's the math? I'm just hoping she tells me so I don't have to do the math. Well, today, I'm chatting about wedding stuff with my brother, who is marrying future sister-in-law. And he said something along the lines of, what a relief her dad paid for the Airbnb because that would have been so expensive for your group. Okay, oh, that's news. I about choked. I said, hey, are you sure about that? Because all 11 girls paid $650 for the house alone. Maybe rent it by her. His face turned purple, so I take it he had no idea. Oh my. The audacity. To add to the greed going on here, when I got married, I flew her out, paid for her accommodations, paid hair and makeup, paid for her bridesmaid's dress, paid transportation because she was going through a hard time. Now she has the balls to steal from me. Oh my goodness. This is the sheer audacity of this entitled bride. And how did she think that you weren't going to find out? I get that weddings are expensive, but don't have one if it requires stealing from your bridesmaids. I'm assuming I'm the only bridesmaid who's aware of what's going on here and not sure if I should spill to the group or just let it go. No, you're going to need to tell people, because I think that they would probably want to know that. There is a chance her dad stepped in and paid for it after the fact, and she just chose not to refund us. I'm not clear on the exact situation and want to avoid embarrassing my brother. I'm gonna need some more details. If somebody is paying for that Airbnb, you guys should be reimbursed in some way. Like, the money that you gave her should also be going toward drinks or bottles or like activities or whatever. You shouldn't have to pay the $650 and then on top of that pay for like expenses.
Give me my money!
And for those of you who feel like $650 is a lot for a bachelorette trip, it is a lot for accommodations. It definitely is, but you don't have to go. It's optional. If someone wants you to go on a destination bachelorette trip, they want you to pay $650, just don't go if that's too expensive. It's not a big deal. It also depends on how long it is, because if it's $650 for like a week's stay, that's not so bad. I'm just saying. Update number 1. Thanks for all the advice and support. Yes, I agree with most of you who are saying I'm morally obligated to spill the beans because $650 is not child's play. Yeah, you need to tell them. I would want to know that little tidbit of information. This is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to talk to my brother and give him a chance to clear it up with sister-in-law before I make a scene. Okay, that's good. Because, like, you know, it could be a little miscommunication, right?
Wrong.
We like to give people the benefit of the doubt on this channel. We don't like to be really reactive, unless, of course, we don't have another option but to be very reactive. It's good to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially considering your brother is marrying this person. Before I make a scene, I want to understand what's really going on. For example, did daddy pay for the trip, but sister-in-law decide to put that toward different wedding expenses? Things like that. That answer will determine when and how I tell the rest of the bridesmaids. I'm going to give my brother only 1 to 2 days because this trip is literally next week. Stay tuned for update number 2. Oh, girl, I'm on the edge of my seats. So I regrouped with my brother. My mom also stepped in, bypassed my brother, and got some more info directly from her dad. Here's the tea. Future sister-in-law's dad did not offer to cover the cost until a few months after we all paid for the trip. This was after he found out the cost and was pissed that she chose a $2,300 a night house and asked us to pay. Apparently, he threatened not to pay for the wedding if she added more expenses onto the wedding party. Turns out she originally wanted it at the Maldives and he forbid her, right? Because the Maldives is like the most expensive friggin' place to go and stay in the world. Go there for your honeymoon, babes. Don't make 11 people pay for that shit. According to my mom, who chatted with him directly, he felt embarrassed when he heard about the Airbnb price and wanted to save face with my side of the family. So he gave sister-in-law about $7,000 to cover the cost of this house. She was supposed to refund us, but obviously that never happened. Absolutely not. Oh, hell no. Oh, she's swindling you. I hate it. I hate it so much. This is where it gets good. This is where it gets good. My gosh. So my mom went total FBI and learned that in addition to not paying us, sister-in-law didn't put the money toward a different wedding expense either. She doesn't have it. So where did it go? What did she spend it on? Did she just get like a new purse or something? There is currently a full-blown investigation going down between our two families right now. I have been asked by my mom not to alert the baby mamas. Sorry, BM, like I thought maybe it could be baby mamas, but it's bridesmaids. bridesmaids just yet until we get the last bits of info and come to a resolution with both sister-in-law and her dad. But we will tell them ASAP one way or another. The sheer audacity of this bride. You gotta be some kind of stupid to think that people aren't gonna find this out. Okay, as promised, here is the last tea served boiling hot. This is a long update, and I'm gonna try and get everything in. First, let's start with the bride's explanation to her family, myself, my mom, my brother, her fiance, and her dad. She broke down crying, saying that wedding planning has been getting to her head, and she's been crushed under the pressure to have the perfect wedding. You can have a perfect wedding without a $7,000 ice sculpture, bestie.
It's not true. It's bullshit.
Which she felt couldn't go on without this alleged ice swan. I feel like this swan is just a metaphor for this engagement. Slowly melting away as time goes on, and more information comes to light. I didn't buy her sob story. After this whole incident, I think she is a delusional, controlling, attention-starving bridezilla who is using the wedding as a way to compete with other girls on Instagram. Ain't that just the truth, you know? I feel like social media has totally ruined weddings and marriages and bachelorette trips because it's like everybody wants to appear like they have the perfect relationship, that they want to just rub it in everybody's faces. And like, I feel like that is a sign that it's not that perfect, you know? That's why you should take everything you see on social media, you should look at it with a critical eye, because oftentimes them that they display to the world is
the exact opposite
of how it really is. By the way, her job is an influencer, if I didn't mention that yet. Oh wow, you didn't mention that. That's helpful. That is very helpful. Thank you. Next, let's get into the matter of the missing $7,000 and whether we're getting our money back. Sad, gut-wrenching answer, probably not. Okay, so are you still going on this bachelorette trip or what? Her dad said he has already paid the Airbnb cost once and he will not do it again. Honestly, at this point, I would not want to go on a bachelorette party with someone like this. She should like pay everybody back for that. Wait, have we just discovered the math? So the cost of the Airbnb is $2,300 per night. 3 nights. 3 nights! $650. Hell no. That's crazy. The whole point in like splitting like a big beachfront property, like a big house with someone, is so that you save costs. He said his daughter is 31 and needs to get herself out of her own mess and figure out how to make it right. She chimed in that the 7K is gone now and asked how she would possibly pay us back. With a job. Does she like not work? My brother refused to pay for her screw up. So you guys have to pay for the screw up? Absolutely not. Let's see if she feels that way if you take her to small claims. While I love that everyone is finally forcing this B to be an adult, I would like my money back more. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it unless she magically wins the lottery or gets a real job. Oh geez. So influencing doesn't pay well? For those that ask, there's nothing we can do legally. We all willingly paid a fixed amount and we would have to move mountains and spend more money to sue. Yeah, that's a good point. With a bunch of you, it might not be as hard. Plus, while she was incredibly shady and a terrible friend, she technically didn't do anything wrong that we could prove. Now on to the bridesmaids. After some threats from my mom, sister-in-law finally broke down and contacted I almost said it again, bridesmaids in our group chat. She sent a text that made my skin crawl. Ugh.
Hey ladies! You're my bride squad, so I feel compelled to share that my dad recently offered to pay for our batch accommodations. However, being that the wedding is so expensive, I've decided to put his donation toward a wedding expense. I hope you all understand, and I can't wait to party with you all next week.
I like how we are leaving out the part that the wedding expense was an ice swan. Oh, hell no! I immediately replied back, making sure everyone knew the expense was an ice sculpture. An ice swan! Come on, people! Many of them replied and expressed how they would have loved to use that $650 for something more important. But ultimately, no one has backed out. One of the girls started a side chat without the bride and asked if there's any chance of us getting our money back if we force sister-in-law to cancel the reservation. Sometimes with Airbnbs, they give you a couple of months to cancel, at least like a partial refund, but like not a week out. Unfortunately, since we're only a week out, we aren't eligible for a refund. They decided to go through with the batch or else it would be a literal waste of $650. Yeah, but why do you want to party with someone like that? Like that is going to be just $650 to cry and fight. On a beach somewhere. I mean, better to cry and fight on a beach than at home in the snow, I guess. As for myself, I'm in the same boat. I'd rather run myself over than go on this trip, but $650 is not a small amount, and I can't fathom just throwing it down the drain. I haven't made my final decision yet. If I do go, it will solely be to avoid eating the $650 plus my airfare. I will not be doing any of the planned events or outfits or contributing even $1 more. I would have my own mini vacation as best I can. I'm really upset that it seems like this crazy person is gonna get her way after all. No! No! Please tell me there's a happy ending! No! I need closure! I crave it! Mini update. There are so many curious comments coming in, I wanted to keep you in the loop. More drama has unfolded among the bridesmaids. The side text without the bride popped off, and we've all agreed to do the following. We will be going on the trip, but it is no longer a bachelorette trip. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. We will all be taking personal vacations with our hubbies / significant others while staying at the property. That's what's up. Okay, and then you guys can like split it with your significant others. We were forced into this beachfront mansion plus airfare, so we're gonna make the most of it. Love that. We've all backed out of hosting and paying for the bridal shower. That sculpture, was it worth losing all of those friends, 11 of them? The bride will need to find another way to move forward if she wants to have it. We will attend as guests if she has it, and we will not be gifting anything. Mother of the bride is absolutely furious. More on this later. We're letting the bride know she needs to cancel the ice swan and give us our money back. After some more research, we doubt all of the 7K went toward the alleged swan because it doesn't seem like they cost that much. Very interesting. I won't be back for a while because I want to save my next update for after the trip. Stay tuned. Oh god, I'm just itching to find out how this went. Itching. Anybody else?
Of course!
Update number 3. The plot thickens. So as this drama is all unfolding, the maid of honor, who doesn't know what's going on yet, is continuing her duties. We get a 4-paragraph text from her outlining the dress code for each night of the Bachelorette per the bride's orders. Oh god, I hate the matching outfits. I'm going on a Bachelorette trip. My good friend's getting married. So she wanted us to all wear black on one day and she was gonna wear white, right? Like that's easy enough. Like most of us own a black bathing suit, not a big deal. But some people wanted to like wear whatever they wanted. They had like outfit plans and like they didn't necessarily want to wear black on this specific day. So we mentioned it to the bride and the bride goes, oh, well, why don't you guys just all wear nude? Nude?
What?
Does that mean that we're all going to look naked while you're wearing white? And Vanessa is coming too, right? Because Vanessa's really good friends with the bride as well. And Vanessa is black, so does Vanessa wear brown? Like, are we all meant to look naked? Like, it's almost worse than wearing black. It's like, okay, can we just wear black instead?
It's too late for that.
Keep in mind, the bride is asking us to go all out and buy new outfits for each night of the trip. Oh, jeez. And the themes are wild. Animal print Thursday, faux fur Friday, sparkle dress Saturday, and Barbie brunch Sunday. Jeez Louise. Like, I mean, those themes do sound fun, but like, I don't know. I'm just really not a fan of everybody wearing the same color. Like, you know, when you see a bachelorette party in like coordinating outfits that they're going to be out of control. As if we're all gonna go out and buy that stuff 1 week before the trip or at all. Yeah, see, this is the thing, is like, you gotta give people notice, because then like, you know, we can plan things, we can kind of like look through our closets, borrow things from each other so we don't have to buy everything. Thankfully, the bridesmaids seem to be waking up to the BS. Several of them wrote back saying they won't be able to pull together those outfits in time and flat out said it's not going to happen. Oh, period, yeah, stand your ground, besties. But that is just a side story to the absolute show that is unfolding. My mom is very much involved now as she's paid a decent chunk of this wedding as well and does not like that the bride is throwing around thousands of dollars from her dad as well as lying to the bridal party. Imagine that. You're making all of your best friends give you a bunch of money when they don't have to, just so that you can have the bachelorette of your dreams. That is some shady shit. I would not be surprised if she didn't have a bachelorette party after all of this, because even if it's all like a benefit of the doubt kind of situation and she was planning on like, you know, treating you guys to something, because that's a possibility too, right? Like she could have put together like a chef or like paid for dinner a bunch of the nights so that you guys didn't have to pay for it and she was going to surprise you. Like, I don't know, but just still the fact that she kept it from you is shady. She set up a meeting directly with sister-in-law to cut the BS and explain what's going on. She told sister-in-law she's going to inform the baby mamas. Bridesmaids. BM stands for Bridesmaids, Charlotte. Herself, unless she gets a valid answer. At this point, I'm just shoveling down popcorn waiting for the events to unfold. I will be back tonight with hopefully the final update. Update number 4. A swan ice sculpture! That's what the money went to. Something that's literally going to melt and won't exist after a few hours. $7,000 for something that literally will not exist. Kind of like your marriage. I'm sorry, I had to. That was mean. I'm sorry. Can you please forgive me for that? I'm sorry. I got a little carried away.
That escalated quickly.
She used the $7,000 to book a swan-shaped ice sculpture to be displayed at the reception and didn't tell anyone. Turns out her dad banned her from adding any more extras to the wedding design because it was already so expensive and unnecessary. I mean, especially considering the wedding might not even happen. At this point, you're just setting yourself up for divorce. I know that. When he Venmo'd her for the Airbnb, she thought she was being sneaky and kept it instead. She didn't even tell my brother this. He only found out that her dad decided to cover the Airbnb because those two went out for cigars one night and it came up. That's shady as hell. So that mystery is solved thanks to my mini FBI crew, but now the real questions remain. Where the hell is my $650 and how to break the news to the bridesmaids?
It's showtime!
Out of the kindness of her soul, my mom is giving sister-in-law 24 hours to confess to the bridesmaids and figure out how to pay us back our money. Because you know what? I did not spend $650 on some damn ice! I have kids to feed. I have bills to pay. That's what's up, babes. It is taking everything in me not to text the bridesmaids group right now, but my mom is trying to give sister-in-law one opportunity to do the right thing. This has been a roller coaster. I don't know if anyone here is still interested. Yes, bestie. Yes, we are here for the tea. I'm here, ready and willing.